Hey, what's going on YouTube? This your boy Showtime Nazar, the flyest vlogger on the planet. Welcome back to my channel. If you haven't had a chance to check out my last video, please go do so. If you're new to the channel, I need you to hit that subscribe button right there on your screen. Turn on bell notifications on so that you can stay up to date on all my latest content. Now let's begin the video. Big Sean dropped his 5th studio album entitled Detroit 2, which featured a barrage of hip-hop artists and even some testimonies from some comedians and just celebrities in general. The project in totality for me was phenomenal. I like the production. I like the song concepts. Right now, I think my favorite song on the album is the Body Language record featuring Jhené Aiko and Ty Dolla $ign. To me, the Soulful Morning sample was just amazing. Really takes me back to a time in Detroit where we had something called the Quiet Storm, where at about 10 o'clock at night, everything just went straight to smooth R&B songs. So shout out to Big Sean for that. Now, the record that had everyone buzzing was the Friday Night Cypher, which featured a ton of Detroit artists, including T Grizzly, 42 Dugg, Cash Dog, Cash Kid, Payroll, Eminem, Royce da 5'9", just to name a few of the Detroit artists, right? Now, a lot of people are asking who had the best verse, who had the best verse. To me, it's very difficult to say who had the best verse on that because that song had variations or different styles of Detroit artists. You had the hustlers, you had lyricists, you had the gangster, Wasada Baby. So it's just like it was a very good mix up to me. And I also like the title of the record being called Friday Night Cypher because that's partly how Big Sean was found doing Friday night ciphers at one of the local radio stations here. So shout out to Big Sean, man. That was a great album. Big ups to him. In other news, we had Queen Cardi B being harassed by the Queen of Coons herself, Candace Owens. Now, Cardi B took to Instagram to talk about her involvement in politics, why she decided to get into politics, and why she thinks that she has an influence in politics enough to where she can create change and help this year's election. Remember, I spoke about the election a couple videos ago. If you haven't seen that video, please go check that one out. But Candace Owens, the reason I call her the Queen of Coons is because she took to her Instagram to address what Cardi B had said. Now, in her video, she basically tries to demean Cardi B, tries to belittle her, and say that Cardi B is uneducated when it comes to politics and that Joe Biden is really just pandering when it comes to talking to Cardi B to try to get the black vote. Here's my thing with Candace Owens, right? The reason I say she's a trash individual is not because she's a Trump supporter and not because she doesn't like hip-hop music or anything of that nature. It's because every chance she gets, she tries to make black culture the worst thing known to man. Everything about hip-hop culture is disgraceful to her. She literally said in her video that black people should not be making George Floyd out to be some type of, I think the term she used was martyr or some type of hero, because he was on allegedly cocaine or crack or some type of white substance is what she said. Cardi B asked Joe Biden, well, what are we going to do about the police brutality? Candace's response was, well, what are black people going to do about killing black people? Because 94% of black people, black men, are killed by other black men. So to you people who think like Candace, right? Black on black crime isn't real. And let me explain why black on black crime isn't real. Because of proximity, right? There is a ton of black people who live in poverty-stricken neighborhoods, which means that poverty plus crime is going to result in violence. You stick a bunch of poor people in a neighborhood where they have no food, no water, clothes, poor housing, poor living conditions. Then you add to the fact that they are trying to survive. They have children, no fathers around. That begets crime. So if there's nothing but black people in the surrounding area and there's crime going on, obviously the only people that are getting injured is said people. So in this case, there's black people. When poor white people kill poor white people, what about white on white crime? Just imagine this for a second, right? Let me just paint this picture for y'all. Let's take all these black people that live in these poor neighborhoods and put them in suburban neighborhoods where they don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from. They don't have to worry about their lights getting cut off. They don't have to worry about water. They don't have to worry about clothes. They don't have to worry about nobody breaking in. Do you think that black on black crime would be a thing? We didn't ask to live in the hood. We didn't ask to be poor. We didn't ask to not have food enough to provide for our children. That's not what we asked. We were brought over here and placed in these bad situations. Not only that, after slavery ended, then comes segregation. So Candace is the queen of coons because she acts like those things don't exist. You don't just get over being beaten, raped, and enslaved, and then after they free you, they treat you like less than dirt. See, Candace, this is why I say you're a trash human being, because you pretend as though police brutality isn't a thing. You pretend as though white supremacy isn't a thing, when there's people out here that dislike people that look like me and you because we're black. That's it. Not because we do anything, not because we say anything, not because we treat them a certain way. No, simply because we're black. And I don't like that you come at Cardi B because, I don't know, I guess you figure rappers are stupid, whatever. But you feel like you're way smarter than Cardi B, right? So take that same energy and debate somebody that's on your same level. Never seen you have a dialogue or a back and forth or debate with Angela Rye, Tamika Mallory, Michael Eric Dyson. See, those are people that you are afraid to go against because you know that in your heart of hearts, you can't have a battle of wits with those type of people. You don't want black people to succeed. You have self-hate. You're not part of the culture. And I understand that. But yet you parade around as if you do, and that you want the best for black people. But you don't. You really don't. And that's all I got to say about that, right? So, before I end this video, Chief Keef's baby mama was on No Jumper podcast and said that Odell Beckham likes to be defecated on, for lack of a better term. Here's my thing with this story right here, okay? I don't like random women popping out of nowhere, using a celebrity's name and getting clout off of it. Why do we believe this woman? Like, what makes her a credible source? Just because she say it? Just because she supposedly knows Odell Beckham? How do we even know that they were together? Is there any pictures? Like, what makes her a credible source? Now, see, I'm not saying he did or didn't. I'm not saying they were together. I'm just curious as to why do we believe her story? Like, how do we know that she's telling the truth? Does she have pictures? Has TMZ spotted them together? Like, I need more than just her coming out of the woodwork saying that she was rocking with Odell Beckham. And it's just weird that beforehand, if they were together, they were cool, everything was rocking, everything was good. But as soon as he cuts her off or doesn't want to be bothered with her, now all of a sudden she wants to air out their dirty laundry. That's whack to me. That's always going to be corny. Now, the second problem I have with this is a teachable moment for Odell Beckham and upcoming celebrities, right? Football players, basketball players, rappers, whatever. If you are dealing with these women, right? And you know that this is going to be a one-night stand. You cannot pull out all your freaky tendencies on this girl. Dr. Dre's ex-wife can't come out and say, Dr. Dre used to eat my ass. Well, you were married to Dr. Dre for 24 years. I would hope that in 24 years that you guys tried to do something different in the bedroom after 24 years of marriage. Now, you can't do that on a girl that's not your girlfriend because they do stuff like this. Once you get done with that girl, they're going to run to some type of blog, some type of media outlet and air out all your dirty laundry. Now, if a wife or a girlfriend of, X amount of years tries to say that, well, it's going to be like, yeah, but y'all was together, so really that's not a popping story. It's going to make headlines, but at the end of the day, it's not really weird. In my personal opinion, anytime you do anything sexual like that with somebody, as long as it's your girlfriend or your wife or your boyfriend, whatever the situation is, then it's cool. But when you start trying to do it with just randoms, then it's weird because you don't trust that person. You don't have a bond with that person, right? So now they just airing out stuff because they mad at you or because they feel like you treated them any old type of way. Hopefully going forward, he can choose wisely when it comes to your flings. That's all I got for today's video. If you like this video, please subscribe, please share, please like, leave a comment, do all that. And until next time, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.